It's the Cable MTG Show.
I want to play Umezawas in this this random Eldrazi Blink aggro deck that I've got here. Couple different reasons I like it here. Is this deck playable? No idea. Just saw it in a random Japanese tournament finish. Where clearly we were trying to do the blinky thing, right? With the Phelias and the Ephemerates. One thing I like about the deck is that Ugin's Labyrinth can help us actually pay for the equip on Umezawas. I dig that. Might be able to play an equip sooner than people can deal with it. Turn 2, you Stoneforge Mystic for Umezawas. They're like, okay, I got a turn. You're like, no, you don't. Another reason I like it here is because of Combat Thresher. When this creature enters, draw a card, double strike, and you can prototype it for 2 and a white. So it fits the Labyrinth curve as something to play off Labyrinth, and then it also imprints in Labyrinth, and then it also carries in Umezawas very well because of the double strike. It's a Wizardly Illusion Tackler. Spike mentioned earlier that Kozilek's Command is likely the best card in Modern now. I mean, Kozilek's Command didn't really... I guess that's just him saying that Flage was better than Kozilek's Command. Kozilek's Command is good against Flage. So in my brain, it's like not really a Kozilek's Command buff, right? Yeah, hard to know if this is like an above average hand or a below average hand for this deck. We do have Eldrazi Temple and a Thought Knots here, and then the Solitude's got a thing to pitch. I guess we'll keep... It seems sketch. On the sketchy side of keepable. Some draws give us a turn 2 Thought Knots here. And then the blinky cards would be solid with this opener too. Dog or Displacer or Ephemerate. Blood Crypt. It's been a good amount of Thank You Scientist. We are having K-Command versus K-Command battles. Ha ha! Oh. You know what, Gabrielle's? You just put the Cauldron Complete to hand and smash in, so... That's why I didn't go digging. I was like, if I go digging and they've got like orcs or something, it's kind of annoying. And they kind of just looked not very alive. I don't think I don't think I'm going to do any sideboarding here. Actually. Like Wrath of the Skies is kind of interesting. Dothy's an Answer to Living End. Yeah, kind of. Vexing Bauble seems good. Graveyard Hate seems good. This list should probably have a Rest in Peace or two floating around. But again, I only changed one card. I like how Vexing Bauble also hits Rhinos. Yeah. Why am I yawning so much? Got up early, got a bunch of stuff done, had some caffeine, but I haven't, like, I don't know, done anything particularly strenuous, and I slept really well last night. I don't know why I'm yawning. Maybe too much caffeine. I mean, that's the problem. Maybe I need fresh air. Ooh, that's an idea. It's nice how every time I Thought Not Seer them, they have exactly one answer to a Thought Not Seer. That's been good. Do I need more Dave Cuddles? I always need more Dave Cuddles. That's such a cuddly dog. It's great. Just kidding. The reasoning behind grabbing Umezawas, even though that they've got the Cooligans command, is actually because they have the Cooligans command. If I get the Umezawas, they might tunnel in on that and be like, this Cooligans command needs to line up with his Umezawas. And I think that game would go poorly for them. Oh, no. Modern Monday. You know it. Or do they not have enough cards in the graveyard for the Cruxa? So I could put this to hand and pop like Raucous Theater and prevent Cruxa from coming in all hasty like. I think I prefer just playing my things. Get the last card out there. Get the Umezawas equipped. Yeah, this doesn't seem that good. As much as I love Cruxa. There's only 3 equipped. Cool. The issue is we don't find something to imprint on the Labyrinth. We don't really do anything. Could try this. Looks like we're facing the version of the deck that goes a little bigger. Oh, I wonder if I should be hitting their graveyard. Ooh, I do want that. Can we Philia Meteor them out of the game? I don't know. I was looking forward to Thought Not Seer plus Ephemerate until they did the Ghost Quarter business. I think that Ice Till would end my career. I guess we have Solitude for it. Okay. I think the Kozilek's Command also ends my career is the issue there. I suppose I do this, Hey, McMac thinks the 39 months. Hell yeah, hippity. If we had a Rest in Peace on the board, it'd be coming in here for sure. White Orchids make sense. Does Mind Sensor? I don't know. I'm not sure if 13-man Emrakul does either. I think we lose that game, right? Modern's long Twiddle Storm nightmare is finally over. Oh. Very low confidence on this Mind Sensor, but the Eldrazi 4-drop might run into it. Maybe that doesn't matter, right? They're still like pretty likely to find a land, just not the one that they would search. Because it's good with the Phantom. Is this Thresher still good enough without Umezawas? This deck was net decked pre-Umezawa's Vexaria. The only change I made was -1 Vestige, +1 Umezawa's. The Thresher is increasing our ability to play Ugin's Labyrinth. Let's play 1 Mind Sensor, I guess. Gotta make room somehow. Could have trimmed Ephemerate, yeah. Your opponent, Gustava BR91, has disconnected. Yeah, I like Mind Sensor better on the play, for sure. It seems too slow on the draw. How's everyone doing? How's everyone's Monday? People like Mondays, right? Mondays and lasagna or something. You bought a foil Stoneforge for $10 when World Wake was in Standard. I don't think I've got Stoneforges. I think mine are long gone. You forgot to do your job over the weekend. Oh no! Bad, Cog, bad. Radley says Mondays are fine. Fuck Tuesdays. Thankfully, Queen Victoria did something the other day off. Nice. Yeah, my wife's got a 4-day weekend coming up. I think I might take an extra day off. Spend some time with the family. You drove home from SCG Cincy today. Construction and thunderstorms made traffic suck. That is a bummer. I drove to a nursery that I discovered. This is like very close to my house, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I want to see what kind of sick-ass shrubs they got. And then I showed it up, and there's a sign that says by appointment only. And I was like, oh, right, okay. Now I've got sick-ass shrubs, blue balls. The last time I went to a SEG thing, I really enjoyed the limited PTQ that happened on Sunday. I kind of want to travel to the next one. I think the next one's in Vegas, right? I might go to that. I know there's a lot of people from Madison going to play in the limited GP thing, the Team Trios thing. Brutal Fun Pedal. Yeah, I've been there. Mixing fractured their wrist over the weekend, so today is better than Saturday. That sucks shit. Hope it gets better real quick. I almost want to lead on Temple in case I draw another Temple, and then I can turn 2 Thought Knots here, but I'm going to do this instead. Hey, Spawn, thanks for $4.20 there. DC is in 2 weeks. Oh, I don't think I'm flying anywhere in 2 weeks. That doesn't sound right. Oh, I would hit the Temple too. Alright, let's just tutor up some fucking Vindicate, some of that. Okie dokie. Interesting. Do you want to uptick on my Meteor Sword? Let's see what Spawn wants to listen to here. Oh, this will be a fitting follow-up for sure. Manus Noble, the Kregan White Hair. I kind of just want to blow up another Eldrazi Temple. Maybe I was supposed to get the 5/5 into Smack kind. But like this feels really good. I could have just blown up Karn, yes. I made a risky move, JRC. I think attacking Karn for 5 is better than blowing up Karn by a good deal. So we can Eldrazi Displacer, blink a Stoneforge, but then we won't quite have enough mana to replay it. I guess I just attack Karn. Why are you saying Witch? You want me to Witch Enchanter and Ensnaring Bridge that doesn't matter? Currently? You're just pointing out that you think I'm going to forget one of my 5 cards? Witch the Sword. I don't think that's true, Blue Man. I think Witch is pretty gendered. For better or for worse. I think the male equivalent of a witch is Warlock. That sounds right. Are you ignoring Wizard? I think Wizards aren't as pagan. Right, they're like a little cleaner cut, maybe. They tutored up Stonebrain. Wizards as a company? Yeah, fair enough. One of them union busting companies. Yeah, I'm not sure I buy that, Ponder Putty. I think a lot of women hold witchcraft in like very feministy tones, right? Wiccanism and all that. I'm willing to admit there are different fantasy universes and different contexts. It's like fine, right? Yeah, sure. Oh, sure, Blue Man. Yeah, obviously anyone can do whatever they want with gender, right? Femrate's pretty awkward versus Teferi, so I'm gonna bottom it. I don't think I hate Combat Thresher. Draws a card at least, Yeah, they tried to bounce it in Eldrazi. We could sack in response. That might be awkward for them. It leaves the battlefield. Or lands you control. So I'd just be putting Ophelia into play. I guess that's okay. Hmm. Could have played a land there. Could be marching into a sweeper, but it's probably fine. You're supposed to clear attack first. Hey, puppy. A little white dog has joined the room. Well, that's nice. Wonder what their hand looks like. So we can march a cauldron complete into a counter spell. Or we could equip Umezawas and make them burn a removal spell on the Thresher. I guess I like that. Well, that's a bad sign for me. That kind of snap resolved. I don't think I have answers to this. Kind of looks like a full lock to me. We'll Teferi him. Does Vexing Bauble stop Scepter Chant? Doesn't seem great against them in general. I guess it also turns off Solitude. If they kick Orm's Chant, it gets around Vexing Bauble. That's funny. I think I still want to get rid of Ephemerate here, which ends up being a lot of my cards. Bring in Emrakul. I guess we'll play these. I mean, we're playing Mind Sensors. We're jamming some Mind Sensors. Got a Solitude or two. We'll play like 2 Mind Sensors, 3 Solitude. Try that, I guess. Maybe a Vexing Bauble makes sense. They do still have Solitudes. Yeah, let's shut those down. I guess. Yeah, combo control is so funny. They're over there just like trying to survive, and then you're locked out. I assume they have an answer to Stoneforge if they're cracking their fetch, maybe. Oh shit, what up? Hey, guy who hates toast, thinks the 13 months. No Eldrazi land, unfortunate. Yeah, Moxfield's been sluggish lately, but it did load up for me. Looks like a hard cast Solitude. Maybe not. Oh yeah, Surgical It Up. Kind of a weird card to have in against me. Well, I'm sure they're happy about that one. Now it's a Teferi can cash in, bounce a Thought on, draw 2 cards. Hey, Johan, thanks for the sob, thanks for the 61 months. Interesting to do this on my upkeep. Oh, I guess if they do it on their turn and they find Orm's Chant, they can't run it out without it being exposed, without it being naked, like a random Witch Enchanter or something. Boo. Got me? So call to complete, smacks for 8th, down to 1. Fair enough. Yeah, they're playing blue-white combo control. They're playing Scepter Chant. And that, I believe, just wins. Because there's no chance for me to get the Witch Enchanter or Meteor Sword down. Yeah, if Scepter Chant was more of the meta, I could see having a more of a plan for it. But I think I'm fine just losing to it most of the time. This is indeed modern. They have the champion spawn. So they have the Hall of Storm Giants, and then they've got a 3/2 that makes their Swords to Plowshares critter get +1/+1, Kahili or whatever it's called. Kahira. And then, of course, their Swords to Plowshares creature. This looks ideal for mixing. Kind of just hoping this cantrip finds me white mana. GG's, Rivera. Where are the Squadron Hawks? Where they belong. Oh, I guess I can just cast this next turn, And that'll be my turn 3 play. I assume with Vision, we're facing Belcher. Yeah. White Source? Damn. I do think it would be funny to Philia Link Vestige. I think that could be a lot of cool value. That's probably like the first idea someone had to come up with this deck. Or maybe they worked backwards from stuff like Meteor Sword and Combat Thresher. Harbinger of the Seas? Sure. Oh, come on. Come on. All right, we just need a basic planes off the top. We got this. Umezawa's would have been a better grab than Meteor Sword with the way that it played out. It would have been something that I could play and get some counters on. I wouldn't care about this Harbinger of the Seas anyway. That bass tone. I don't even have anything. But like Solitude would be a landless answer to Harbinger. It's going to crack Ritual White. They're going to run out the 2/3, get all the way into the universe, have a grand old time, win at 1 life. Oh, even Mind Sensor actually looks relevant here. And the Phantom Vexing Baubles. What do I want to cut? Probably Umezawa's yet again. Even though it would have been fine this game. Got a lot of cards we want to bring in. Probably cut Solitude too, even though it's an answer to this duder. Yeah, I assume the bird is mostly for Amulet, but it is cool that it's relevant here. Am I missing something? Why is this guy still tapped? Oh, it's their turn. That's a good reason. Come on. So they're trying to get me, like flash in a 1/4 to chump the Vestige, eat the Stoneforge Mystic. I think that's fine. Dogs are pack animals. They really are, yeah. Hmm. So I could exile the Arbinger here. Can you Solitude the 2/3? Is that ever like a good thing to do? Or do they just like win in response? I need to look at a Belcher list. I had to read that fucking card. The 2/3 is sorcery speed. Tameshi. Activate only the sorcery. Okay, I'm just gonna let this happen, I guess. It'd be kind of cool to exile it, save my Stoneforge Mystic, and run out of Vestige, but I think it's better to chill. Pitch casting Solitude would bring you further away, Blue Man. Or Vexaria. The presenting lethal isn't really impacted. Seems good. Pretty normal stuff. Emrakul would be a funny one. I guess I'm cutting Solitudes. Or maybe Vestiges. Maybe a 2-2 mix. Let's do this. You don't know if the opponent will play Tameshi? Yeah, but that's something that we can interact with, right? Tameshi. You have a better chance of living through the turn if you hold the Solitude than if you burn it. It's not like if you burn the Solitude, you're doing much with it of relevance. That was my thought. Red Ultimate Price, I'm with you. Dave's got a bone that he's chewing on. And he's like on my footpad like usual. So I just feel this like happy vibraty dog going to town. He finally got to hang out with his neighborhood friends today for a little bit. Finally got to say hi. He hadn't got to see them for like a month because of parasites and stuff. Had to keep him away from other dogs. Do. Is that condition fully taken care of? Yep. Got the vet clean bill of health. Suppose. I like leading on the white source there. If we draw a double white 2-drop, probably want to throw it out. We stifling. Sure thing, boss. The Thought Knot Seer is a little bit chonkier of a clock. Against decks full of counters, though, I do like playing threats on their turn. Because now they're tapping low. Now there's a better chance that the Thought Knot Seer resolves. One second. Sorry about that. Clock's not fast enough to race them just casting a Belcher on for him and then activating. Or we're into play plus activate. Yep. So to answer that, we're going to need to rip a white source for this Solitude, but that is why we kept Solitude in. I assume they ran out waterlogged here. Yeah, I thought I smelled puppy pee, and so I ran out to check, but I didn't see anything. Just my senses playing tricks on me. These draws, though. Figured they'd be tutoring up mana. Just grabbed another worm, sure. Yeah, I'm glad I left in the Solitude. I'm not glad that I'm not drawing any white sources. But they are in a spot where they gotta start jumping Thought Knot. Yeah, I like this Meteor Sword business. Come on, not that much. I don't like that much. So they probably just flash in, jump with this guy, buy themselves a turn. So we know they have another whir in hand, so we put in Meteor Sword targeting Lotus Bloom. They would sack it and whir again. But maybe that's fine to do on their upkeep. Make them burn 3 mana there. I don't think blowing up a land is as good as blowing up the Lotus Bloom. Or trying to. And it's possible I'm just supposed to hold up Stoneforge there for Tameshi, but I worry that they can just whir for the win if you let them have all their mana. Yay. Emrakul would be a pretty sick way to beat a Belcher player. I just don't think we're getting the stuff in the graveyard for it that often. Maybe I could command into some tokens and get there. It just seems very unlikely. I'm gonna keep it as is. Well, actually, hold on. What if we swap a Combat Thresher for it, We've been mostly imprinting Combat Thresher anyway. Okay. Blowing up a land leaves them with 6 mana. This leaves them with 7. Sort of. This leaves them with 7 and 1 less whir at wobbles. If we had a white source, I'd kind of dig this, but we super don't, so. Okay. If you blow up a land on your turn, Rook, then they can't whir back to 7. On their upkeep, you're right. They could tap the land and play a whir with it. Hey, Bishop, thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 98 months. Almost 100. Let's fucking go. With this draw with a natural Lotus Bloom, they might just not care. Oh, looks like they care. So the card that could have gotten through that is a turn 2 Stoneforge Mystic, which I considered. Oh, wow. They brought in a basic. Had my fucking number. It's pretty normal to have a basic in your sideboard for this Besiege You. I think I'm used to seeing a mountain. In case you, like, it doesn't get pulled, then you've got one of mountain in your deck instead of, we just went in. Seagate Restoration, drawing 3 cards. Okay. One Stoneforge Mystic. Yeah, I think to win, they would need to Tameshi, right? Which the Solitude kind of has covered, maybe? Word for Tameshi, of course. They just didn't have white mana to activate and get back Bloom. I think they were hoping I was going to concede or something, or maybe they missed it. They needed a Bloom in play to start. All lands into no lands. Into... Oh, there's no 7-drop for the Labyrinth. Yeah, we have to send this back too. Fuck. Hey, that's an idea, Aaron. I wonder if I should have kept the 3 mana comes into play draw a card and just have like a way back in with Philia. Just hope your stuff resolves. We got up on some natural Tron, blue Tron. People still play blue Tron. I don't know if I would go that far. The issue is that I want to blink this out for more value, but I also want to hit them for 10. Well, that seems bad for me. No, it's kind of fine, huh? Gonna be once again cutting Umezawas, I think. Some phantom action in here. I like the ephemerates this time. I think we're cutting back on Solitude. I probably want this Emrakul in here over one of these, maybe. This all looks fine. Maybe you want Mind Sensor. They gotta be playing maps, right? They gotta be playing maps. What the hell was that card? You love badging? Yeah. Sometimes it lets you hardcast an Emrakul to Promised End, which is pretty sweet. Do I like the changes? Yeah. I think banning Flage at some point was important. This is probably like a fine time to do so. I probably would have gotten to it a little sooner, but this wasn't the worst. Give people a nice long chunk of time to durdle with it. Submitting that removes the chance of a turn to Thought-Knot Seer. But I do have double white cards in the deck, and they might have artifacts. Yeah, fuck it. Should Domain Zoo shift to Cruxa? I don't think so. Cruxa is not nearly as good. Like, I'd probably rather play a 2-mana Lava Axe. I would look at lists of Domain Zoo before Flage was printed. Get some good ideas. Sorcery speeding the Mind Sensor to play around another. Stern Scolding. Subtlety, sure. And because they've got 2 maps, I'm actually going to leave this on top. And they can crack 1 map, then we'll still have Mind Sensor for the other. You can't imagine it not fitting into Umezawas or 2 in. Really? I can imagine it. I've got a pretty good imagination, though. We're talented folk. I agree, Nishoba Brawler does seem meh, but I mean, it kills people sometimes. Moonshadow could be good. I could see that. So this does nothing with the dress down there. Man, just let it happen, Feel a little strangled here, just doing 1 mana per turn. Do 1 spell per turn, rather. I guess we can command for 1 here. And then any mana lets us Thought-Knot Seer and Philia. Could be good. Mind Sensor. Mind Sensor? Yeah, there we go. Mind Sensor value. I kind of wonder why they didn't crack the map in response to the Mind Sensor. They must have had a reason. They must have been holding something up. Oops. No, I was going to command for 1. That's right. Do I mind sensing D's nuts? No, I suppose I don't mind. So polite. Like the opponent's username. Pretty sick avatar, too. I never really got hers binding. Ugin's binding. All right, Mind Sensor. 2 for 2? 2 for 2? 2 for 2! Phenomenal. Well, that's disappointing. I was looking forward to blinking some stuff out. Blinking out my White Orchid and continuing with the the land destruction. You're playing Bluetron. Ugin's Binding is a must. I don't follow the reasoning, J-Dub. That had all the persuasiveness of, come on, come on. Classic Bluetron was nowhere near that card. Maybe a one-of Cyclonic Rift for a brief period, but I don't think it was ever good. I don't think even the Rift was even ever good.